Today on Weekend Business Report, the future in energy, natural gas infrastructure development with cleaner burning fuels.
Welcome to Weekend Business Report. I'm Ileana Bravo. Today we focus on the future of energy and the environment. We take a look at a state where alternative fuels are not only benefiting industries throughout the state, but nationally as well. We go to Indiana. Industry, agriculture, and commerce, they're all the backbone of Indiana's economy. But now clean, domestic, and affordable natural gas is helping to make the state an energy leader. And the Greater Indiana Clean Cities Coalition is helping to bring together the stakeholders in the public and private sectors.
Indiana is the crossroads of America. 65% of the population can get to Indiana in less than a day's drive. And when it comes to natural gas as an alternative fuel application, we have in the last year and a half tripled the number of public CNG stations that we have in the state with the help of legislation that an alternative fuel champion I have in our state legislator, Representative Randy Fry, helped us pass. We're providing a $15,000 tax credit to Class 8 fleet operators to purchase natural gas trucks built in Indiana and primarily plated in Indiana.
This is IMCO in Union City, Indiana.
Over the last few years, the development of both original engine manufacturer and aftermarket natural gas systems has expanded dramatically. In Indiana, we're proud to be partners with IMCO Automotive, who is the largest North American upfitter and system designer of natural gas and propane systems.
This is our conversion facility. This is where we focus on really our four primary business segments, which consist of shuttle bus conversions or paratransit vehicles. We are a Tier 1 supplier to the OEMs. We design fuel systems for them, and we also install fuel systems for some OEMs. We also do business-to-business fleet conversions where we may partner up with a company like AT&T or some other large fleets. We also have a certified installer kitting operation where we manufacture kits that we will ship to an installer that we have certified to actually do these installations throughout the country. We've actually went to municipalities and we have certified them to do the installation on their own vehicles. The municipality actually has the ability to source the vehicle, buy the kit directly from us, and then once we have trained them and certified them, they can do the conversion on their own products. So as you can imagine, you cut out that middleman, which saves the municipality quite a bit of money. We have a relationship with many different OEMs. We are General Motors' partner for their OEM CNG conversions. We also are a Ford QVM, which means we're a qualified vehicle modifier. This gives the ability to ship through Ford product and make it available to the market. We have a ship-through program with Isuzu as well. And we also have an OEM Tier 1 relationship with Thomas Built school buses. These are the Type A smaller school buses that we do conversions for.
While IMCO's vehicle conversions and training help make natural gas vehicles viable for many, when it comes to Class 8 vehicle fleets, the large semis, a more specialized partner can help.
We started working with fleets to implement natural gas engines from Cummins. Palmer is a wonderful partner in the way that they can help support the fleet in not only the acquisition and design of the fuel system of the truck, but also the maintenance and follow-up support and driver training and technician training for those companies.
The compressed natural gas engine began about 5 or 6 years ago for our industry, and we were a leader in that. Whether they be dump trucks or flatbeds or over the road, the CNG market started emerging in the municipalities. And what we found is that this emerging technology was really somewhat of a foreign thing for the heavy-duty truck in our market. And what we decided that we would focus our energies primarily on the education and the training and tech side of it rather than the marketing side. So what we've provided is significant tech training for our own technicians and for the fleets that have these CNG trucks.
And those fleets need fuel. Indiana has tripled the number of CNG stations in the past year and a half alone.
Part of the success of our being able to triple the number of CNG stations in a year and a half here in Indiana are because of companies like KCO and Gem Energy and Constellation CNG and AMP CNG.
Natural gas is a mixture comprised primarily of methane, and here in Indiana, AMP CNG is sourcing their CNG from an unlikely place.
Fair Oaks Dairy came to the coalition with the project they were in the process of developing for renewable compressed natural gas. Fair Oaks Dairy is a large dairy facility in northwest Indiana, and the dairy industry are mandated to reduce their greenhouse gas emissions here in the near future.
So Fair Oaks Dairy came up with a unique solution. They capture the methane produced by their own cows' waste products in a digester. The methane is then sold to the local gas utility, which is then fed to the dairy's own CNG station to fuel their delivery trucks.
We've now been running those trucks for 4 years, 2 generations of engine, and we're up over 30 million miles on compressed natural gas now. We built the first 2 stations to serve dairy runs, taking milk from the dairy here in Fair Oaks to processing plants in Kentucky and Ohio and other places. When we began to understand how much money we were saving, how much of a positive impact we were making on the environment with our own fleet, we realized that this would be true for other dairy fleets. It would be true for large, heavy trucking fleets in general. And we took that inspiration and realized that we could have much more impact on the market by rolling out a network of stations across the country. We want everybody to use CNG. We want everybody to take the benefits of CNG in their logistics and trucking fleet. We share this information precisely because we're not a trucking company, but rather because we want to make every trucking company in the country better able to take advantage of the benefits of CNG.
But CNG is not the only natural gas fuel. There's also liquefied natural gas, or LNG.
Basically, the decision comes down to how far do you drive? What's the range that you need to have on your vehicle? LNG in a liquid form can provide more gallons in a tank than what a compressed natural gas system can provide. So based on the miles you drive, you may have to have more tanks on your truck if you're using CNG than you would if you're using LNG.
LNG is held at very low temperatures, and while it may look dangerous, both CNG and LNG are safer than traditional diesel. In the unlikely event of a breach or spill, it simply dissipates into the air and goes away.
The Greater Indiana Clean Cities is also very proud to have another partner in Indiana through Kinetrix Energy, a subsidiary of Citizens Energy Group. Kinetrix Energy has 2 liquefied natural gas facilities in the Indianapolis area.
You just get a lot more energy density with LNG than you do with CNG. Additionally, LNG is effectively purifying the natural gas, and so where you need a higher product quality, then the LNG is superior to CNG as well. We manufacture the LNG here. We don't sell retail, we don't transport the fuel, we don't store it and vaporize it. Those are all very important and critical parts of the value chain here, but we start at the beginning here. We're the ones that are actually putting the value into the value chain. This is where the LNG is actually manufactured. We're within a day's drive of 65% of the nation's population. In addition, we're also the crossroads America when it comes to the interstate pipelines that feed a lot of the great cities up north in cities like Chicago, Detroit, but then also out east. This confluence of the transportation industry and the natural gas infrastructure puts us in the perfect location to supply the Midwest and even out to the East Coast. In fact, from our location, we supply locations as far north as Canada, as far to the west as Colorado, and as far east out into the coast. And so we have a pretty far reach. Indeed, only about 5% of the LNG we manufacture is actually used here in Indiana. All the rest of it is exported around the country. In order to make this work, you have to make it simple. You have to make other players within the market understand this new fuel. The Indiana Clean Cities Coalition brings a lot of the key players together. They also act as an advocate for us with members within the coalition, both from a legislative and then also from a policy standpoint.
The Clean Cities program, the support labs in the Department of Energy are always looking for the next step. the next phase in the process to expand the use of the existing alternative fuels and technologies. Certainly across the board in all alternative fuels, we need more infrastructure on a public level to make it not only available for fleet operators, but available for the general public as well. So we're continually looking for ways to improve upon and expand the development and deployment of alternative fuels and technologies, and it's all for one reason: for us to be energy independent in Indiana and across the nation.
Truly inspiring to see the private and public sectors coming together to benefit all of us. Until next time, I'm Ileana Bravo for Weekend Business Report.
Find the Greater Indiana Clean Cities Coalition at greaterindiana.com. Find Weekend Business Report at 202-681-3770